The United States of America has been faced with the significant conflict of homelessness, and the population of homeless people has been increasing for decades.
The Congress needs to focus strongly on this topic of homelessness and collaborate on a resolution for the upcoming year of 2014 because it leads to starvation, hunger, abuse, and health problems. Over the last decade, there have been more than 600 attacks against homeless people, says the National Law Center on Homelessness and Poverty.
The video starts off like a documentary. The camera follows a young man through the woods, but it quickly takes an ugly turn.
He's about to go beat up a bum.
Next, we see that man punching and kicking a homeless man identified as David Ivins in the face, leaving him with a bloody nose. Then he steals his bike. This brutal assault was posted on YouTube and led to the arrest of 20-year-old Taylor Jaressi, the alleged assailant, and his 17-year-old cameraman, whose identity is being withheld.
They don't care. They enjoy it. They enjoy doing these things. And again, they thought no repercussions. This guy's a nobody, so who cares?
Those who have seen the video were stunned by the brutality and cruelty of the video.
Oh yeah, just dive on him. Dive on him.
It's not clear when the assault happened, but Wall Township Police learned of the video on Sunday. Ivins has lived in the town for most of his life and is described as harmless.
I've known Dave for a long time, and he will be the first person to give you the shirt off his back.
At the end of the video, as the young men sarcastically apologize to Ivins for the beating, one is heard saying,
"Give him a hug."
Only for Jaressi to get in one final cheap shot.
In the U.S., more than 3.5 million people experience homelessness each year. Just last year, the national poverty rate rose to include 13.2% of the population. 1 in 7 people were at risk of suffering hunger in the United States. In addition, 3.5 million people were forced to sleep in parks, under bridges, in shelters, or cars.
About 3.5 million people in America experience homelessness each year. And with the full attention of Congress, we can put an end to the suffering of our veterans, children, and abused citizens.
This homelessness has like a very sort of unique circumstance, and I think that shows up when you look at the fact that when you look in states, the same factors that maybe caused homelessness to increase in one state may not have had the exact same impact. Nan mentioned the fact that homelessness is often a lagging indicator. So as we move forward with future reports, we'll be able to, take a little bit of a look at that. But I think one of the things that can't be overlooked and shouldn't be overlooked is that in the face of a lot of these, overwhelming economic challenges, communities have adapted. They have innovated and introduced strategies to try to deal with homelessness, to prevent it. And so I think that we can't overlook the commendable work that's been done across the country. Homeless assistance organizations are not there due to foreclosure. There still are. I think the report, estimated somewhere between 5 and 10% of, serving organizations reported that some of their, the people that they were serving were experiencing foreclosure. So I think that there's a mix. There's a lot of people who were experiencing the same kinds of factors that would have led them into homelessness before the foreclosure crisis, and a lot of additional people who are having additional stresses, whether it be foreclosure or unemployment, that they just wouldn't have imagined a few years before.
All throughout America, there are people in need of a home, food, and a family.
Of all the homeless people in the United States of America, 23% are U.S. military veterans, 25% are children under the age of 18 years, 30% have experienced domestic violence, and 20 to 25% suffer from mental illness. We can end homelessness in the U.S. by tackling its root causes, such as low wages and lack of affordable housing, and by improving support services like TANF, housing vouchers, and healthcare. Homelessness is a significant issue to focus on the year 2014. Help the U.S. and put an end to homelessness in America.